Sleep is supposed to restore you. That's what it's for. But you've been sleeping and waking up more tired than when you went to bed. This isn't a sleep problem. This is something deeper, something that no amount of rest can fix. Because you're not physically tired. You're tired in a way that sleep cannot reach. Your body lies down. Your eyes close. Hours pass. But something in you never rests. Something keeps running even while you're unconscious. Something is burning energy all night long. And when morning comes, you feel the bill. You've probably tried to fix this with more sleep. Earlier, later wake-ups. Weekends spent in bed trying to catch up on rest you never seem to get, but it doesn't work. Because you're treating a soul problem with a body solution. Ibn Arabi understood this exhaustion. 8 centuries ago, he wrote about a weariness that puzzled physicians. People who slept well but woke drained. People whose bodies were healthy but whose spirits were depleted. He saw it as a sickness of the inner life, a fatigue that no medicine could touch. He called it the exhaustion of living against your own nature. Think about your days, not the sleeping hours, but the waking ones. How much of your day do you spend doing things that drain you? Not physically demanding things, emotionally demanding things, spiritually demanding things, things that require you to be someone you're not. Every hour you spend pretending costs energy. Every conversation where you wear a mask costs energy. Every moment you suppress what you really feel, really think, really want, costs energy. And that energy doesn't get restored by sleep. It gets restored by truth. But you're not living in truth, not fully. And so the drain continues, night after night, sleep after sleep, morning after exhausting morning. Ibn Arabi wrote, "The body has its rest, but the soul has its own need for restoration. And the soul is not restored by lying down. It is restored by standing up, standing in your truth." What is your truth? The one you've been avoiding, the one you've been too scared to live, the one that whispers to you in quiet moments and gets ignored because it's too inconvenient, too risky, too different from what everyone expects. That ignored truth is exhausting you. Every dream you've postponed sits in your chest like a weight. Every word you've swallowed sits in your throat like a stone. Every version of yourself you've abandoned haunts you like a ghost. And ghosts don't let you sleep. Not really. You think you're resting, but your soul is awake all night, mourning the life you're not living, mourning the person you're not being, mourning the choices you're too afraid to make. That mourning is exhausting, more exhausting than any physical labor. Ibn Arabi saw people who worked hard in fields all day and slept like babies. And he saw people who barely moved their bodies but couldn't find rest, no matter how long they lay down. The difference wasn't physical, it was alignment. The field workers were tired from honest labor. Their bodies worked, their bodies rested, simple, complete. But the restless ones were tired from dishonest living. Their bodies were still, but their souls were at war, fighting against their own truth, resisting their own nature, spending enormous energy maintaining a life that didn't fit them. Which one are you? Be honest, not with me, with yourself. How much of your life actually fits you? How much of it did you choose versus how much did you inherit, accept, fall into, settle for? The parts that don't fit are draining you. Every single day, every single night, they're stealing energy that sleep cannot replace. Ibn Arabi taught that humans have a natural state, a way of being that's aligned with their essence. When you live in that state, energy flows freely. You feel alive even when you're busy. You feel rested, even when you've worked hard. There's a harmony between who you are and what you do, but when you live against that state, everything becomes a struggle. Getting out of bed is hard. Getting through the day is hard. Simple tasks feel enormous, and no amount of sleep makes it better, because the problem isn't tiredness. The problem is misalignment. You're living a misaligned life. That's why you're tired. Maybe it's your job. You go there every day, do things that mean nothing to you. Interact with people you don't connect with, serve goals you don't believe in. 8 hours a day of living against your nature, and you wonder why weekends aren't long enough to recover. Maybe it's your relationships. You're surrounded by people who don't see you, don't hear you, don't know the real you because you've never shown them. You perform a version of yourself that's acceptable, likable, safe, and that performance never stops, even at home, even with family, even with the people who are supposed to be closest. Maybe it's your own expectations, the pressure you put on yourself to be more, do more, achieve more, the relentless voice that says, you're not enough, you're behind, you're failing. That voice runs all day and all night. burning energy like a furnace that never turns off. Whatever it is, it's costing you, and the currency is your energy, your aliveness, your ability to wake up and feel like life is worth living. Ibn Arabi wrote, "The one who knows himself knows what exhausts him, and what exhausts him is always the same, distance from his own truth." How far have you drifted from your truth? How many years has it been since you lived in a way that felt authentic? How long since you woke up excited, genuinely excited, about the day ahead? That distance is your exhaustion, the miles between who you are and who you're being. Every mile costs energy, and you've been walking those miles for years, maybe decades. No wonder you're tired. But here's what Ibn Arabi discovered. Here's the hope hidden in this diagnosis. The exhaustion is a messenger. It's not just suffering, it's communication. Your soul is trying to tell you something through the only language your body understands. Fatigued at saying, "This isn't working. This life you're living isn't aligned. This person you're being isn't you. Change something, please, before I run out of ways to warn you." That's what the tiredness is. A warning, a plea, a desperate signal from the deepest part of yourself. Will you listen? Most people don't. They drink more coffee, take supplements, see doctors who find nothing wrong. They treat the symptom while ignoring the cause. They push through the exhaustion year after year until something breaks: their health, their relationships, their will to continue. Don't be most people. Ibn Arabi would tell you to stop pushing and start listening. What is the tiredness trying to say? What part of your life is draining you the most? What would you change if you had the courage? That change is your medicine. Not a pill, not a sleep schedule, not a better mattress. A change in how you live, a return to your own truth, an alignment between who you are and how you spend your days. This doesn't mean quitting everything tomorrow. It doesn't mean blowing up your life. It means starting to close the distance, one choice at a time, one truth at a time, one small act of alignment at a time. Say no to something that drains you. Say yes to something that fills you. Speak one truth you've been swallowing. Make one choice based on what you actually want instead of what you're supposed to want. Each of these small acts is medicine for your exhaustion. Each one closes the distance between who you are and who you're being. Each one gives your soul a tiny bit of rest that sleep alone cannot provide. Ibn Arabi wrote, "The cure for the weary soul is not rest. It is rightness, living right, being right with yourself." Living right doesn't mean living perfect. It means living honest. It means waking up each day and spending at least some of your energy on things that matter to you, things that feel like you, things that don't require a mask or a performance or a betrayal of your own nature. The more you do this, the more your energy returns. Not immediately, not all at once, but gradually, like a battery slowly recharging after years of being drained. You'll notice it first in the mornings. The heaviness will lift a little. The dread will soften. You'll open your eyes and feel something other than exhaustion. Maybe not excitement, not yet, but possibility, space, the tiniest bit of energy where before there was none. That's the beginning. That's your soul starting to rest even while you're awake, because you're finally giving it what it needs. Not more sleep, more truth. Ibn Arabi spent his life teaching this one principle. Alignment is everything. When you're aligned with your nature, energy is abundant. When you're misaligned, energy is scarce. It's that simple, and that hard, because alignment requires courage. It requires disappointing people. It requires admitting that the life you built might not be the life you need. It requires change, and change is terrifying. But the alternative is worse. The alternative is this endless exhaustion, this waking up tired for the rest of your life, this slow draining of everything that makes you feel alive. You deserve better. You deserve to wake up rested. Not just in body, but in soul. Not just physically, but completely. You deserve the kind of energy that comes from living right, being right, existing in harmony with your own nature. Ibn Arabi found that energy after years of his own exhaustion, after years of living a life that looked impressive but felt empty. He found it by burning down the false and building up the true. By closing the distance between who he was and who he was being. You can find it, too. But you have to stop looking for it in sleep. You have to stop thinking more rest will fix a problem that rest cannot reach. You have to start looking at your waking hours, at your choices, at the life you're actually living versus the life you're meant to live. That's where your energy went. That's where you'll find it again, not in your bed, in your truth. Wake up to that, and you might finally get the rest you've been seeking. But let me be more specific. Because live your truth sounds nice, but means nothing without action. Let me tell you exactly what drains energy and what restores it. Energy drains when you say yes, but mean no. Every time, without exception. That tiny betrayal, that small abandonment of your own needs, it costs something. Do it enough times in a day and you'll be exhausted by noon. Do it for years and you'll forget what energy even feels like. Energy drains when you're around the wrong people. Not bad people necessarily, just wrong for you. People who don't see you. People who talk but don't listen. People whose presence feels heavy instead of light. Your soul knows the difference even when your mind makes excuses. Energy drains when you do meaningless work. Not hard work, meaningless work. There's a difference. You can work hard all day on something that matters to you and feel tired but satisfied. Work for 1 hour on something meaningless and feel depleted beyond reason. The meaning matters more than the effort. Energy drains when you resist what is, when you argue with reality, when you spend mental energy wishing things were different instead of accepting them and moving forward. That resistance is exhausting. It's like pushing against a wall that will never move. Energy drains when you carry resentment, when you replay old hurts, when you keep score of who wronged you and how. That mental activity runs in the background constantly, burning energy like an app you forgot to close. It never stops unless you stop it. Now let me tell you what restores energy. Beyond sleep, beyond rest, the things that actually fill you back up. Energy restores when you tell the truth, even small truths, even uncomfortable ones. Speaking what's real releases something, frees something. The energy you were using to hold the truth back suddenly becomes available. Energy restores when you do something you love, not something you're supposed to love, something you actually love, something that makes time disappear, something that makes you feel more like yourself. Even 30 minutes of this can restore what 8 hours of sleep cannot. Energy restores when you're with the right people, people who see you, people whose presence feels easy, people you don't have to perform for. 1 hour with the right person can give you more energy than a week of sleep. Energy restores when you move your body, not exercise for punishment, movement for pleasure, walking, dancing, stretching, whatever feels good. The body wants to move, and when you let it, energy flows. Energy restores when you create something, anything, a meal, a drawing, a conversation, a solution to a problem. Humans are creators by nature, and creation generates energy. Consumption depletes it. Create more, consume less, watch what happens. Ibn Arabi knew all of this intuitively. He watched people, he studied their energy, he noticed who is alive and who is just surviving, and he traced it back, always, to alignment, to how much of their life was true versus how much was performance. The most exhausted people were the best performers, the ones who had everyone fooled, the ones whose lives looked perfect from the outside. They were running on empty because performance costs everything, and rest restores nothing when you return each morning to the same exhausting lie. The most energized people were the most honest, not perfect, not successful by worldly standards, but honest, living lives that fit them, spending their days in ways that made sense for who they actually were. They slept less but rested more, because rest was happening all day. In every aligned choice, in every truthful moment. Which life are you living? You already know the answer. You feel it every morning when you open your eyes. That heaviness or that lightness, that dread or that possibility. Your body tells you the truth before your mind has time to make excuses. Ibn Arabi wrote, "Listen to your morning self. It knows what your daytime self has forgotten. It carries the wisdom of the night before the world tells you who to be." Your morning exhaustion is wisdom. It's telling you something is wrong, not with your sleep, with your life, with the distance between who you are and who you're being. Close that distance. Start today, not with dramatic changes, with honest ones. One truth, one no, one yes to something that actually matters to you. One small step toward alignment. And tomorrow morning, notice, is the heaviness a little lighter? Is the dread a little softer? Is there a tiny bit more space in your chest? That's the beginning of real rest. The kind that happens when your soul finally gets what it needs. Not more sleep, more you. Ibn Arabi found this rest after years of exhaustion. He stopped living for approval and started living for truth. He stopped performing and started being. He closed the distance, and the energy returned. Not all at once, but steadily, reliably, like a river finding its natural course. Your energy is waiting to return to. It's not gone. It's just blocked. Blocked by the lies you're living. Blocked by the performance you can't stop giving. Blocked by the distance between your truth and your life. Remove the blocks. Close the distance. Live a little more honestly each day, and watch what happens to your mornings. They might finally feel like beginnings instead of burdens. That's the rest you've been looking for. Not in your bed, in your life.